Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm OP, and in today's episode we'll be going over some of the best highlights from all of the LCK Spring matchups of the day. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the action.
Fantastic, and I imagine that Hanwha Esports will have no interest in contesting the first two Drakes, and will then try and turn their eyes on the third.
Unsurprisingly, killing dragons.
That's absolutely fantastic. It's going to be the next one.
Got a long day ahead of us.
Yeah, well, that's true. I should not count the chickens. I often talk about that. As Ghost going to be used here. Zeka's moving in. Morgan is in so much trouble. Doran just throwing card after card. There's the gold card. There's the charm, and it's just that easy, guys. More crashing going on here as you can see some Achus being thrown over towards Envy. Peanut dashing forward. Killer Instinct going to be used, but it was red. Cease and desist comes down. Kick onto Peanut underneath the turret, but he has the flash to get himself out. Grand exit there for Polu, but they're not able to save their Kai'Sa, who uses both summon.
We'll have a numbers advantage.
Shattering Strike coming down here. Cease and desist available for Peanut. They move in to clear out the ward. Information about Peanut's whereabouts now acquired for Bro.
Oh, and actually Doran's moving down, so...
Alright, there's a Magnet Storm in as well, as once again the stun comes through. Cease and desist once again, and now Viper is untouched. Gideon gonna go down as Zeka makes his presence known. There are a couple of kills though for Bro as Karis. That's a really nice claw to get himself over, but now the CC's coming in, and it's a double for the RE. Flashes over the fat part of the wall. It is absolutely gorgeous, and Viper collects his kill in the fight.
Hanwha Esports, the one to take the initiative and the clean.
Bro thinking about going for some sort of contest. Teleport available for Karis if he does want to get over there, and Morgan in the vicinity, but Shelly's going to go down. Hanwha Esports, can they actually find themselves a fight? Grand entrance, this is actually pretty good as Delight doesn't quite get the Magnet Storm, and he will be taken down. Doran wants to get out of there. It is the world's shortest destiny that was then just not allowed. And that's just Bro killing a couple of members, and Hanwha Esports not finding an angle.
Yeah, good move. And they can actually look for more. They still have Rakan ult.
Yeah, exactly right. In goes the quickness, but the Grand entrance doesn't quite get there. Zeka just dashed.
Onto Zeka. They'll be able to get another kill there. A big shutdown.
Oh.
Find it?
Yeah, Gideon immediately getting that kickback onto Peanut as this Vault Breaker does get him out of there, and even CC's Envy on his way in, but it doesn't matter because there are three people here for Bro, and there is only Peanut for Hanwha Esports for a secondary ride. And look to head towards this bottom side. Let's see how she goes. Oh, Shelly just weaving through the trees and the rocks. Look at this, just beautiful. And we'll get that secondary charge. But now there are a lot of bad guys in the area, and so the theory was good, but maybe it doesn't quite work out. There's a kick onto Peanut, though, into safety after the flash. And so Gideon not going to be able to help grab the kill, but they'll always take the flash.
Yep.
Maybe not in trade for this full turret, though. You probably take the flash for that.
And now, I mean, the turret's going to go down. Delight's looking for more.
Yeah, there's the flash shattering strike. The Frozen Tomb used onto himself, but what can he do afterwards? He flashes away. We'll see whether that's going to work, as Delight will just get crashed into. Cease and desist from Peanut as he goes so far. But look at Envy trying to get into that backline. Immediate cleanse is great, but Viper is just flapping around, and he will be able to take down the Kai'Sa. That reminded me. This didn't work out for him at all in the end, and now 4-0-3 for Zeka.
That's the sort of play where it's like, if it worked, it would have been sick.
Yeah.
But it didn't.
It really didn't. As Destiny going to be used here as Morgan. I don't think this is a fair fight for our Lord. He's really having a rough time. Destiny's actually going to be used towards the top side. A little bit of a weird moment there, as I believe maybe Doran was into it. No, he wasn't. So he just you know, towards being the little elder.
Yeah.
That he can be. And Bro know exactly what that is about. Of course, Viper had the fastest of the 225, and now he's going to grab it even faster. There's a Magnet Storm onto Gideon as he's just exploding, will burn down, and will get executed as now Zeka down to 50%, but Envy's looking for him, not going to find it. Polu has no damage, he has no options, and this might just be a clean ace here for Hanwha, but it's not, because Morgan's going to be able to take down the support. Still won't stop Hanwha Esports from grabbing a triple for their drag. Can Morgan and Karis find the angle? They're not going to be unseen. There are control wards everywhere, all over the place. Cease and desist comes in. They're engaging onto both of them at the same time as Karis will be taken down. Smolder gets the first one onto Morgan. It was a cute idea, but Hanwha Esports just read it like a book. They had vision all over the place.
Yep, so good at defending against these flanks. They have the TF, can obviously pop the Destiny as well, but
All right, there's a Magnus Storm to bring Delight in there. He will be kicked into the fountain as he's been a sacrificial horse lady this entire time. It doesn't matter though, because Bro are now relegated to this one as, okay, they do manage to take down the TF, but Zeka and Viper are still alive. They should be able to take down this last remaining Nexus turret. And a 25-minute victory for a Smolder composition is not what I had on my bingo card today, as they just explode. 9-0-6 in the end, 6-0-10. Scaling draft, that's what they do. And it has been endlessly frustrating for this entire time, but they've never changed, and they probably never will. And we'll see whether this is going to be the one day where maybe it does.
Funnily enough, ignited after the cleanse, so I'm pretty sure you got the damage duration off, and they might look for a dive here, but they need to be quick.
Yeah, Viper does make it to level 2 as there's the headbutt away. Double pulverize as well, as now Delight taking matters into his own hands. Doran had already teleported down. Let's see whether he can get any value for it. It looks like the answer's no.
Hoping, sorry, that we're going to try and get the playoff before Viper hit level 2, before the...
That's a lot of rocks, Zeka. Not sure about... He flashes and it's first blood!
No way.
He even dodges! And Gideon, not going to get the kill, but Karis, of course, is going to be able to grab that one for himself. But that was silly!
No face the dragon, so there's going to move on to that, and, you know, if you've got the priority...
Sweet spot, going to connect there onto Doran as he's on the wrong side of the map right now, but he should be able to get himself out of there. Max range hook there from Polo is now Zeka trying to get off to the side. Fair bit of damage onto Karis. Headbutt Pulv is going to connect there as the explosive charge not quite enough, but Viper is just going to dash on in. That's his first kill of the game. Peanut grabs one as well as now Polo down to 50%, and that piercing arrow not really hitting for big damage. Headbutt Pulv out once again. The slowdown from the extender beam and the flash forward from Viper. He's able to get over that wall as well, and Envy nowhere to go. Melee range against the Zeri, and the burst fire is going to do it. Busy with his blue buff. And so Ocean going to be taken down. We're hoping for a Chemtech, but it's a Hex
yet at this point. I feel like just in the midst of all this fighting has kind of gotten a little bit distracted.
There's Nature's Grasp as Polo nowhere to go. Titan's Wrath Shield is going to be coming out there as Envy, I don't know about that one. He gets slowed down, and look at the pile up. Twisted advance, Headbutt Pulv. He takes the kitchen sink, and he definitely killed the Varus. And so now I think Envy is going to lose that advantage as there's Flash Twisted Advance. Seismic Shove going to push Peanut away. As Karis, few more autos and he will be dead. And Polo tries to pick him up, but Zeka does have the flash. He gets the reset and he gets back over the wall and back to farming once again.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good attempt from Polo to turn it around, but just too little too late. The reset's coming for Zeka.
They're more distracted next time. All right, Drake going to be secured here, especially vision-wise towards this bottom side of the map. As Envy, I've seen this one before. Flash out by Pulv. He's lit on fire, as Delight does have the Unbreakable Will. Not really going to be using it enough here as the Nature's Grasp out in the mid lane. Will get a snare onto both the jungler and the mid laner. Explosive Charge now is very dangerous. Gideon turning on over towards Zeka here as the Bramble Smash going to push away the Lee Sin. And Morgan might just lose a 1v1 here. Does get the sweet spot on the last two Qs though, and now a hook coming through from Polo. There's the knock-up. Peanut is going to be eradicated immediately. Viper in a decent position, but he'll get flashed on. Another cleanse has to come out. Perfect timing once again. And Bro, they're able to grab the kill onto the... As Delight able to soak that one up. Does have his ulti back off cooldown once again. Viper though, 0 sums and only 50% health. This could be a potentially dangerous moment for Hanwha Esports. His teleport is going to bring the Gwen in. Nature's Grasp comes down. Headbutt Pulv onto only one, but Polo is still just going to be taken down. Morgan tries to get in there as Peanut. This time is going to be able to flash away. Delight is going to be picked off successfully. And now Zeka trying to get some work done off to the side. Able to break those chains. Could have been the end of him. But it is going to be a 1-4-1 in. He did though, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah. I'm going to assume.
Seismic Shove going to connect as that's an immediate ulti from Delight. Absorbs a lot of damage. That extendo beam does so much work. He can't quite get back in there though, as there's the Nature's Grasp. Viper has to get out of there, and Gideon closes the gap. Really beautifully done. Another Seismic Shove from Karis, who's playing really well, but Envy just can't do anything. There are blast cones everywhere. This is Valdez's worst nightmare. Doran could take another one. He doesn't have to. And they have a backup 80 carry. So yes, you've managed to take down Viper, but Zeka is now there. And he even gets bored of trying to kill the remaining 2 players because there's a dragon to be taken down.
Honestly, that fight looked so good in the offset for Bro. Really nice engage found. It kicks off well, but they had no answers to the solo laners coming down the flank. Doran in particular is going to be very hard for him to approach. The reset's coming through, but they're holding their...
Yeah, waiting for a little bit more.
He's very dead.
Were they using Cinders as bait? They almost were, as there's a seismic shove onto Zeka. Morgan has to use his teleport to try and get himself over here. Bramble Smash tries to get them away as Delight almost does too much, but there is the Buster Shot used, and the flash out from Zeka gets over the wall, but it is going to be Karis taking out the cow. Let's see whether Envy can be so lucky, and it looks like now in favor of Hanwha Esports to the tune of about 5,000 at this point, as there's the Pulverize. You can see Delight looking for that angle onto Polo as now Doran dashes in. I think the Gwen may be immune to a lot of the damage that they have available, as Chains of Corruption somehow gets onto Doran, as Gideon was looking for the backline, but he just explodes into a plume of cinders.
Desperation point once again, where very clear they have to go for an aggressive play, find some angle to make it happen, but Hanwha Esports are doing a fantastic job at shutting them down, tracking flankers who are coming in, and quite frankly...
Base, they will break it open here, as Viper and Zeka will make short work of this inhibitor. Doran getting to work in the mid lane as well, as they're looking to try and turn onto the solo Gwen. He gets kicked, but of course, he has the circle, so it's not exactly the optimal maneuver. Nature's Grasp is going to lock down Gideon. He's first on the chopping block, gets smote, and then Doran able to take him down. There is the depth charge, but onto Viper, it doesn't really do anything, and Doran has found Envy. It's the Tristana that locks him up, and then Viper, he's going to celebrate with a big ulti. He was tanking up 2 turrets, and that's probably suboptimal, and that is going to be the same thing for Zeka, but they have enough with Doran still here. They'll say goodnight to this game at 26 minutes in, and Peanut almost died, but he's going to sip some sap. He'll be just fine. Nexus goes down. Hanwha Esports, that was a shellacking.
Yeah, honestly, just completely dominated them. Yeah, I feel like specifically the Rel is like a really good pick for Lucid that he's had a lot of comfort on, but outside of that, like Aatrox, Taliyah, Lucian, Nami just feels so bog standard for the patch. You can be very satisfied with that. I feel like Nongshim
is able to keep himself up, and also does eat the ultimate from the Crocodile. He's a bit less scary now, as Weaver's Wall is going to be interrupted very comfortably by the Poppy, as you would assume, and that is first blood so easily here for Nongshim in the mid lane.
Yeah, so well played there.
Because I really wasn't expecting them to hold too much control over this stage of the game. A lot of it to do with this mid lane, where SHOWMAKER is going to eat another ultimate. Able to avoid the rest of the buttons though, so Fiesta not finding too much as Tidal Wave is going to come down. Peter taking so much damage, aiming now, turning his attention to Jiwoo as the ultimate comes down. Good flash to get out of the way of the heroic charge, but they have to use everything. Keeper's Verdict comes in, and Kellen's going to get flashed on. Jiwoo collects that kill as Sylvie was tanking up a lot of turret shots, so he's really dead. And now Kingen wanting to, just misses every button. And Jiwoo just flaps over the wall.
Ankles being like it was going to end as a favorable trade.
Oh, Kingen just looking for it, but Peter comes in. He's good. Sets up a camp.
He's got barrier. He's fine.
All right.
He's okay. He's living.
Yep.
Dundun's vibing. He's doing the grubs now.
All right. Kingen's just kind of down here, committed to a 1v2. Having a good time there. His aiming is going to head towards the top side. Are we looking for a dive? That is a sweet spot connection. Kingen just needs... Okay, yeah, he is going to be taken down. Gets out of turret range. What? Can he do it? How did that even happen? Okay, well, I guess that's how it goes. Sylvie's coming down towards the bottom lane. I don't even know, man. I don't even know if it's a good idea. Dundun, do you have it in you? Let's see if he can turn it around. He goes for it, and now it's aiming that's taking all the damage. Slice and dice. These top laners are monsters, but this time Lucid's there in time. Fiesta wanting to land the more, and he does manage to crush the Aatrox. Oh, man, Dundun.
I feel like if Kingen had died to Jiwoo under the tower,
yeah.
And then it went from being this play that felt like, oh my god, what are you doing, to wow. Oh,
all right, here's a Weaver's Wall. They are looking for Fiesta. Seismic Shove goes wide though. SHOWMAKER not able to find that one, as heroic charge from Sylvie just to try and keep SHOWMAKER in position as the Dragon gets angry. A lot of damage onto aiming, and he just gets snagged by Fiesta. He'll grab the double onto the bottom lane, and this way, after getting first
from Sylvie, really good at just mitigating the play here. but also when they...
that was a gank. That's a gank. That's a dun-dun. A gank on...
Sometimes we talk about this. When you're a smaller team, you're kind of looking for the chem to... Oh, no.
Do you think Fiesta's going to be okay here? Let's find out. The Crushing Maw not really doing too much there. And so he is just going to be thrown around like a ragdoll and taken out. So that is the punishment. That is a bean from other Smolders. Ferrell does go down there as aiming. Dashing forward once again. We're going to see whether they can break this open, of course, creating as much space, as much fog of war as possible on this map. It's going to be important as the Dragon gets a little bit mad. That is Seismic Shove, though, connecting onto Sylvie, and he's going to be well and truly interrupted. That CC lasted his entire health bar. That was ridiculous. Turret going to go down now as Dundun looking to make his way into this fight. Drake, not even a thing is, I even think through Baron, Nongshim will not struggle too much, taking out minions.
Yeah, I mean, it can definitely make things trickier, but...
Okay, we're going to try and split up the fight here. As SHOWMAKER going to get feared, has to get off his wall, but no one actually going to get punished too much for that one. Sylvie, I believe, had to flash, but he's got Hex Flash, so better flash. He's going to be available. Jiwoo very far up here as Tidal Wave's going to miss. There's the Shattering Strike, and out goes the Lucian! And now Lucid's sort of all on his own as Kingen finds the backline! But the second Q is not going to connect, and the fear is so good! Smolder's going to burn them down. Mummet already got really mad, and that means these health bars barely even exist. Fiesta going to be able to grab that kill onto his opposite number, and Nongshim should be able to convert to a Baron.
And you could see Dplus, the desperation to attack from, trying to be a bit more creative with their approach to this fight. They managed to take away Dundun's flash, poke him out, and Nongshim, you don't need to do this.
Kingen is just in the back of the pit, and he's just gonna die. It's gonna take a while for him to get there, as okay, Execute not gonna come. How did that work? That's not allowed to work! The other one worked as well. What is going on?
Lethality Aatrox, by the way.
It's like he was baiting, saying, oh, I'm AFK, guys, but he wasn't. And that is going to be the secure of the Drake by the Rel, as she likes to do. And Kingen is still keeping this crocodile at bay. 4 members of Nongshim to the north. Oh! Everything just explodes. And it's Fiesta that's able to take the control back for Nongshim this time. SHOWMAKER now in trouble. It's a double kill as the artillery strikes are raining down. And Jiwoo, I think that he's almost passed his little dragon test. And he's looking pretty good at this stage of the game. 3 items now completed. And despite Kingen's shin, too much of a big deal, and Nongshim don't really care about that. They're looking to try and knock down this inner turret. 4 Bubs going to be helping them out there as well, as Lucid comes on over to try and deter them. Here's a Magnet Storm to try and get into that backline, but Mom, she's there to protect her baby. And SHOWMAKER will be able to sidestep that one, but he's not going to be able to protect anything else. Look at how quick they're running. Oh man, Fiesta's just flashing forward, finds the Crushing Maw, as now Kingen will get in there. That's what he was looking for in the last fight, and just says, no, that'll be a shutdown for me, thank you very much, as Jiwoo can flap over that.
You know, for a second, I was like, Jiwoo can flap over this, and then he like kind of got stuck at the front. I'm like, wait, can he? Yes, he can.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah, okay, you know, it's fine. A little bit.
Will catch it. That gives Dplus a bit of a heads up. They can potentially try and get some vision as Sylvie. That's not the face check he wanted, and that's the jungler just eradicated. Oh no, does this mean that they're going to lose the Baron off the back of this? It had only just respawned.
You know, it's a good omen for Dplus, but I am so afraid for them being in this pit right now.
Oh yeah, this is exactly where Jiwoo wanted them. They walk over wards, but is it actually going to matter as Jiwoo's sort of by himself? No one's really going to be able to stop it. Oh my god, the damage on Kellen was disgusting! Okay, Lucid just explodes! Because they can do damage from 15 screens away! SHOWMAKER gonna have to flash to take a Mega Cone to safety! That was all they needed! Maybe bait the entire time. Jiwoo presses Q, and their health bars just melt. Dundun is flashing in, slice and dice, and getting the work done. He's gonna have to use that arm guard that he purchased earlier, of course. Now Kingen, can he actually help out here as Jiwoo, as soon as he flashes in, they are going down, and there's another one. Is there a Q for Kellen? No, I think that he wants to head towards the enemy base, because Jiwoo might just dictate that this game is over.
That whole fight was just them running away from Jiwoo. Jiwoo trying to get in the range just to one-shot them, and...
oh no. Oh, aiming.
He's gonna be alive.
Yeah. A flank angle. This could be a possibility, but the Dragon is getting mad now. SHOWMAKER comes in, throws down the wall. Q going to connect there from Jiwoo. as he flaps to the other side of it. Chu does come in, and this is so dangerous. Lucid can definitely steal this away as Jiwoo just gets half cold, and that is going to be a great ulti from Silver to get rid of the jungle of it. Now Kingin, oh, heroic charge is exactly that, but he has a GA this time around, and there's a Magnus Storm into the back line. Mom gets angry, but Jiwoo is down solo. Kingin, can he get it? And he does! How are they winning? Somehow just killed 2 people! What? All right, I guess it doesn't even really matter if this guy's got a bigger dragon in the... That is not allowed.
Man.
That is not allowed.
Nongshim have just snatched defeat from the jaws of victory, and Dplus have managed to find this amazing fight against this seemingly unbeatable dragon, and they've managed to win out. I don't know how it happened. I don't know how this manifested, but Dplus somehow win game 1.
I thought in The Hobbit that, you know, Smaug was pretty powerful as well, but somehow these short people did manage to do it. So, I don't know.
Really lane advantages, but when they get the later stages, Aurelion Sol will be the one who drives them through to the finish line.
And Kingin going to try out his other champion as well. Of course, aiming now going to get chained as Jiwoo has jumped on top of him. Still, a little bit of danger here. A couple of sticks into the center, and that means that slow is going to be available, and Dplus have to back away.
Some good trading from Nongshim, and ultimately I love how Peter is playing this. When you have the farm and the Tahm Kench, you're so strong. You should be getting stuck in on these skirmishes. And Dplus, see if they can secure this blue.
Yeah, and it's another singularity as the flash forward. I'm not sure about that one. Fiesta just going to be able to end Lucid where he stands. That's first blood as well, actually, is now Dundun looking to get on top of King, and he wants to charge up the Narbar, and the Hyper Proc should be able to get him that extra movement speed. It does, but his health...
A lot of XP, so he doesn't even have ult yet. Just something to bear in mind for this fight.
Not exactly optimal. There's now Dplus still looking for their angle. Hostile takeover available here for Kellen, as he will get snared. Fiesta now looking for the charm, does get it, but Fate's Call is going to be available. The Graves able to take that one down as now hostile takeover comes in, but misses basically everyone. Lucid now dives in once more, but there's a Devour available, and he's just going to get taken down. Aiming now, trying to hop around the fight. There are so many sticks in this Tahm Kench, but Peter, he just catches the angle so beautifully. And Nongshim, they will not be denied.
This replay.
We have something potentially in live, as that's an Ahri that's going to be discovered here by a bear. The singularity comes down. He has no ulti, remember, guys. So this Ahri is really dead. They just want to give the kill to SHOWMAKER, and they'll be successful doing so. The Breath of Light going to be able to take him down as Nongshim look to answer in the mid lane. They will be able to do so, as there are Void Mites everywhere. There are Void Cans here in this mid. Look at it go!
He's got the empowered ult.
22 minutes! This is ridiculous. And yes, now they can just throw down the ulti if they want to get rid of them. And look at this, the singularity just sitting in front. Dawning Shadow is there. Fiesta's looking for the entrance, but it does not work out. Kellen is very, very low, but they have Fate's Call, remember. This could just be a bait, and there is the Fate's Call. They're looking for that turn. SHOWMAKER holding the R button. This is so dangerous for Nongshim, but they can't let them use this Baron. They don't manage to get in there with Jiwoo's snare at all onto Kingin. And aiming, just dancing around the outskirts, utilizing his range. Speaking of range, man, that Breath of Light is getting a little bit silly. And now this face-off, I don't even know whether Nongshim can actually do anything about this, but they do have 5 members up here in Dundun. He's looking for that flank angle. They do have vision. Singularity, fantastic there as Fiesta can't move in. And look at that, they just walk their way out.
Yeah, you can see.
Probably just wanting to get these waves in order. They might even give up this Drake. Like, honestly, I don't even think you need to fight for it. It's just an ocean. But still, it is an opportunity to 5v5 as Kingin possibly caught out. Meganar not going to come in time, and they managed to get the pick onto the top laner. And now Dplus, I think, realizing that they're not going to be able to fight for this one. He also had no teleport, so not going to be able to come straight out of base or anything like that after this 35 seconds is up.
You know, they will be able to route them towards mid and get that mid tier 1, but I think the mistake was trying to fight it. You know, they didn't have vision on the bot side because they were leading towards Baron. It allowed Dplus to be able to set up that pick. If they'd just gone mid...
They are edging towards the dragon, and that does mean that it opens up a space for Nongshim to move in here. Kingin was wrapping around, though. As Kellen also looking for that opportunity. Kingin just trying to wait on the edges as he's down to 50%. Lucid flashes forward. He looks for Sylvie. The Devour comes in with the big gnaw from Kingin, and it is a disaster. It's a mess as the KO chaos rains down. The Baron was hitting SHOWMAKER, but he seems like he doesn't care too much about that. And only Lucid dies in that whole exchange. Dplus, later game team fights for this team today have been a huge step up.
The layering.
Aurelion Sol is running this game. And
really
Peter
feels-
is also, he died. He died in the mid lane. He was licking, he was licking, trying to have a good time, and he wasn't allowed to.
He really feels like a celestial being.
Yeah. He just got breathed on.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit.
Exactly. Peter is trying to fish for that tongue lash onto someone, but can't really get it in. And Ping just throwing things around. Now just getting to work on these Nexus turrets. And Nongshim, you're going to have to try and do something to stop this. Otherwise, you're just going to lose the game right here and now. Siege minions now set up. And one Nexus turret remains. That Singularity, the ultimate placement from SHOWMAKER as Nongshim Sky falls on top of them one more time. And yes, Lucid might be going down low, but the hostile takeover, they're just fighting amongst themselves. And Dplus, they've got an open Nexus to fight, but they want to grab some kills before they finish off this series. And it was once again a great early game from Nongshim. Once again, they took control. And once again, Dplus just clutched it out and came back.
And it must feel so frustrating to have lost that game 1 for Nongshim. But Dplus coming in game 2 and say,
These were some of the best highlights from all of the LCK Spring matchups of the day. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.